live over here. Welcome to the Confidence Women Podcast, where we talk about y'all was still being out here, YouTube. I was coming, y'all. I was coming. I don't even know what y'all seen. If y'all seen the screen, I was blank. Thank y'all for tuning in on this amazing Tuesday today. Guys, this topic is going to be a little bit serious because I switched it up a little bit because I feel like there is so many women getting killed recently. So I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. Y'all know I'm a domestic violence survivor. So I definitely want to kind of hit on that just a tad bit because it's so important that we know when to leave a marriage, when we know when to step away from situations. And some people call it discernment. And sometimes we stay longer than we should. Okay. So I'm going to slow down a little bit. I don't want to talk too fast because I want to make sure that any person that's new, y'all can understand what I'm saying. Okay. So today's topic is finish what we start. Y'all know I love finishing what we start. And how do we do that? Habakkuk 2 and 2. We write the vision and we make it plain. And how do we do that? We have to keep our visions in front of us on a daily basis. What are your goals? Right? If you put anything that you want to do in front of you daily, it's kind of asinine. You're going to get it done because you actually put it in front of you. One thing that I put all the time on my to-do list, Monday through Sunday, I put which part of my house I'm going to clean. Why is that so important? Because that's how I stop my house from being too dusty, how I stop my house from being too junky. This Monday is the bathroom, Tuesday is the living room, Wednesday is the kitchen, right? And if you, one of my best friends always says she puts stuff in her pathway, right? And why do you do that? If you put it in your way, it gives you no choice but to get it done, right? And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Everyone it tells you to finish stuff, but nobody teaches you when it's time to walk away. When is it time to say, you know what, this relationship is not no longer working for me? When is it time to say that this job I'm no longer growing in it? When is it time to say, you know what, I started this business, I'm doing okay, but it's time to let this business go, right? And those are important things that we're going to talk about today. Vision requires commitment. Anything that you decide that you want to do, I promise you, anything, Think about when you first meet a girl, when you first meet a guy. What happens? You pursue them with it all you have, right? You're calling them on time, you're showing up on time, you're committed to that relationship. And that's exactly what you have to do when you want to be committed to your goals, right? Expect detours. So many times when we want to do something, we don't expect to be detoured. We expect for the relationship to be easy. We expect for starting a business to be easy. We expect to raise these kids to be easy, but it's not. There is absolutely nothing in this lifetime that's going to be easy. Every single thing is going to be, you got to expect to hit a bump. You got to expect to have a fight with your husband. You got to expect to fight with these kids. You got to expect to have bumps and bruises at your job. So if you go ahead and expect it, when it happens, you're not like, I can't believe this happened. No, you already expected it. So then you're not let down, right? Some things must be aborted. And I know we don't like to talk about it. I know we don't like to say, I don't like to end friendships. Some friendships have to be ended. Some friendships have to come to an end for you to actually go to your next level. If you know you have a drinking problem and you know that you're trying to stop drinking and all your friends go to the club or all your friends are drinkers, then that you can still be friends with them, but guess what? That's not the season for you. If you know that you're trying to get closer to God and none of your friends are into God, none of your friends care about God, then you need to find a new friend group, right? And it doesn't mean that you can't talk to people who aren't into God. It doesn't mean that you can't hang around different people. What it means is what they say, birds of a feather, they flock together. All right. Discernment, stays versus walking away. This is where some people say they don't have discernment, and that's okay. But it's so important to know when to walk away from things, when it's time to say no, when it's time to say I no longer need to be at this job. I no longer need to do this business anymore. I no longer need to be in this relationship anymore. And I'm gonna sit here for a second, y'all. There has been so many women who have died at the hands of a spouse. Not some random dude, not some person who broke into their homes. I'm talking about someone who actually they committed to, someone who they said, I love you, I do. Do you know your spouse is someone who you trust with your life? Your spouse is someone that I trust my spouse with my life. I trust that when I go underneath surgery, that he's going to make decisions on my behalf, right? So I would trust and believe that he would do things, that he would never take my life, right? And that's why it's so important, ladies and guys. I'm talking to you too. If if you start feeling some type of way, if you start noticing that they're distant with you, if they are, oh, this is so good. If you notice that your spouse, if you know for a fact your spouse is cheating, a man or a woman, and your feelings aren't valid, and I'm going to say this with my whole chest, and I want you to hear me. If your spouse is cheating on you and they don't respect you enough in that aspect, how do you know? How do you feel safe? How do you feel comfortable? How do you still say that I trust you with my life? I'm asking. It's just a question because right now, there are so many men who are taking their wives' lives. And yes, we can go vice versa. This is not a competition of who's killing who more. I just want to get you some wisdom, some knowledge, and understanding. And y'all, I'm coming from a place. Y'all, any person who know me know I was in a domestic violence relationship for years. I was my first husband for a very long time. Okay. And when I finally decided that enough was enough, With his whole chest, he told me he'd take my life. With his whole chest. With his whole chest, he pulled the gun out on me. With his whole chest, the cops had the gun. And yes, a bullet went off. Yes, by the grace of God, I'm still alive. Okay? So any person that know me know that I don't just talk about domestic violence like I heard about it. I was about it. I was in it. I was in it for years. And I want to say this too. If you have a friend that's going through something, listen to them. Listen to them without judging. Listen to them without judging, because I'm going to tell you, a lot of people that go through domestic violence, they're not going to tell you because they don't want to be judged by you, especially if y'all are really good friends and y'all talk about, baby, it'll never be me. Baby, I never would. I wish he would. I wish he would. Never me. Right? And if y'all been friends for a long time and y'all was a never me's, couldn't be me friends, and now it is me friend, then guess what? I don't feel comfortable telling you that I'm getting abused at home. I don't feel comfortable telling you what's going on in my home because I know that you're not going to have my back, right? And sometimes as a friend, I just need you to listen and not judge. I need you to hear me out without even giving me advice sometimes. Because sometimes, and I can't talk for every person who's in a domestic violence relationship, I'm only going to talk for me. I'm not going to talk for nobody else. I'm going to talk for Shell. Okay? I stayed in my relationship 10 toes down. Why? Because I was molested by some step people. And I was like, not my kids. I'm staying 10 toes down with mine. Right? And so I honestly thought in my head, it was better to be getting abused and to have my children where I felt like they were safe in a home. Judge your own self. Don't judge me. Right? And so you could have never told me in my head that, sorry guys, my phone going crazy. You couldn't have never told me in my head that it would have been better for me to leave my domestic violence relationship. It didn't make sense to me. It was safer for my children in the situation that I was in. And so until you walk in somebody else's shoes, it's so easy to look at somebody's grass and go, oh, that grass is greener. Oh, that grass is brown. Oh, let me tell you what you should do. No, sometimes it's just better to just be a friend and listen and then see what they need from you. Okay? Abuse is not love. Guys, abuse is not love. And I'm going to say it another way too. Some of us have been talked crazy to for so long that we honestly think that if you don't talk crazy to me, you don't love me. Out somebody. Some of us it's natural to be talked at and to be talked to. Some of us, it's natural to be aggressive. Some of us, it's natural to be hitters. And I want y'all to sit and marinate on it. And I know it's not a really good subject to talk about, and I know people get offended. And it's like, I just say bitch. That's just what I say. That's how I talk to people. I just call people biatches. That's what I do. Right? But can I tell you a secret? If you talk to your children and you call them biatches and little s's, guess what? You're training them to think that it's okay that a person who loves them can call them that. I'm not stuck. I'm letting you sit on it. I'm going to go a step further. If you hit your children, just plap, 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 and you love them, right? With no understanding, with them not really understanding what they're getting hit for, then it teaches them that love hurts. That's what love do. This is what happens when people love you. If you're at home and you're like, I can't wait to go to the club, I can't wait to turn up, I can't wait to have shots and a drink, we're teaching our children that that's what fun is. Fun is shots and drinks. Fun is turning up. And if that's what you want to teach your children, that's okay. I'm not judging. But I'm telling you, this is the reason why so many of us young women, so many men, we fall into this category. We fall into abuse. We fall into the same relationships because of what we heard and what we've seen and what we follow. Okay? Obedience over emotions. What is it that you're supposed to be doing that you know deep down in your side, deep down inside that you should be doing? You're called to do. Like, you know it, like without a doubt. Like when people see you, they be like, oh, you're called to children. You're called to write a book. You're called to the children ministry. You're called to cook. You're called to the domestic violence ministry. You're called to orphans. I can't say the word right. You're called to um hey, come on, somebody type something in there, right? Like when people see you like that, that's your calling. Like people know, like that's what you do naturally, right? There is something inside of you that everybody knows that's what you do. Like you're good with dogs, you're good with cats, right? You're good with remodeling. Make sure you do that. Make sure no matter what else go on in the world, I want you to go and do that passion. I want you to go and do that because it makes you feel good. And that's what a lot of us is lacking. We're working, taking care of kids, and we're not doing that calling, that things that make us feel good, that thing at the end of the day that we smile when we do it, that nobody do it like we do it. Nobody can do that like I do it, right? You know what that thing is. Nobody can cook like I cook, right? Nobody can paint like I paint, right? You know what that one thing is that nobody can do like you do, right? And so I have a journal prompt. Oh, wait, let me do this first. So I go to my journal prompt. I wrote some notes. Okay. So, because I never want to tell you nothing without giving you some tools to get it done. So how can you stay committed? Get a good, clear why. What's my why? What is my why? What is your why? Because when you really can narrow down your why, it's why you get up in the morning when you don't feel like it. Some people like, because I got to pay my bills. That's not your why. What is your why? Besides your children, besides your husband, besides yourself, what is your why? I want you to think about it. Why did I start this? Why did you start your business? Why do you want to start that business? Why did you have those kids? The next time that child get on your everlasting nerve, look at that child and be like, I asked for you. I wanted you, right? I decided to keep you, right? That's a different feeling. It really is. Because all of us had a choice. We could have aborted. We could have gave them away, but we decided to have them. And I want you to look at that baby the very next time they get on your nerve, and I want you to look at them and be like, I decided to have you. And it's such a different feeling when you know what? I decided to have this little baby. I decided to have this little person. And everything that come out your mouth, this little baby, this little person is looking up to you. They're repeating what you're saying. They're going to be a little miniature version of you. Are you proud of the version that you're raising? Are you proud of the things that coming out of your mouth? That is so important. Who is connected to my obedience? This is so good. Who is connected to your obedience? When you are disobedient and you're not doing your purpose, Somebody is lacking. Somebody is missing out because you're not listening. Do you know when you write that book, somebody's going to be blessed because of that book? Do you know when you do that event, somebody's going to be blessed because of your event? Do you know, Bell, since my name is Bell, do you know, Bell, when you do what you're supposed to be doing, somebody's going to be blessed because of that? I'm sorry, y'all, I can't see y'all on here, so can't call your name out. But whatever you do, whatever that why is for you, somebody is going to be blessed when you decide to do it. Okay? The next thing to make it successful, and I tell y'all know this on my board. What day you gonna do it? If you don't put a day on something, it's just a wish. If you don't put a time on it, it's just a wish. If you don't put clear action on it, it's just a wish. You gotta put a day, you gotta put a time, and you gotta put a clear action on it. On Monday at 6 o'clock, I'm gonna do this, and that's what I'm gonna do. Right? Expect resistance. We talked about that already. Everything gonna come with resistance. Ain't nothing in this world gonna be easy. Even when you plant, what happens? The seed has to come up and it has to push through resistance, right? Keep your promises. This one is so good. Keep your promises to yourself. You know the biggest disappointment when we don't show up for ourselves? I try to make myself, sorry guys, I try to make myself proud of myself. And my husband do this thing, we go, what is one more thing, big pins, that you could do tonight before you go to bed to make yourself proud of you? Right? What is one more thing you can get done? Right? It's a game that we play with each other, right? Because we want to go to bed proud of ourselves. He doesn't do something for me, and I don't do nothing for him. What can I do for me that's going to make me proud of me before I go to bed? Can I fold up these clothes? That's a pile of clothes on the floor. Can I paint my toenails before I go to bed? Can I organize my shoes? What can I do that's on my list that will make me proud of me before I go to bed? Because believe it or not, when you knock out something off your list, it just gives you a little sugar. I want you to try it. Think about the things that you've been putting on your list to do that you don't get done. And then before you go to bed, knock one out. Because a lot of things that we put on our list, they're really not that long. They really not that, it really don't. 30 minutes max, 15 minutes max, 10 minutes max, we knock it out, we be like, oh, that feels so good. It feels so good to wake up and my floor is vacuum. Dang, it took me how long to get it done? What? Say that. All right. 4 signs. It's almost 8:30. So I'm just going to say this one because I really want to say this one. 4 signs that you are in an abusive relationship, that you are in an abusive friendship. I want y'all to tune in and listen in. Okay. If you are always in survival mode, and I want to make sure y'all know what that means. You can't say what you want to say. You don't feel comfortable saying what you want to say. You can even be scared to say what you want to say. Okay. Your voice feels silenced or dismissed. If you are in a relationship, I'm talking about a friendship relationship, a relationship with your spouse, or even in a new relationship with a guy, if you don't feel like your voice is being heard, that's not a relationship for you. I don't care if they're older than you. I don't care if they're smarter than you. Your voice, let me say with my whole chest, you are valuable. What you bring to the table, you are valuable. Your voice should be heard. If you have to dim your light to be in a relationship, a friendship, or relationship, that relationship and friendship is not for you. I said it with my whole chest, and I mean it. I sit at tables with people who have doctrines. I sit at people who are smarter than me. I do not care. I don't dim my light at not a table I sit in, because I'm still valuable. I still have worth at every table that I sit at. Okay. You shrink. You shrink to fit in. You're not even a smoker, but you're smoking to fit in with them. You're drinking to fit in with them. You're wearing clothes that you don't usually even wear to fit in with them. You're talking like you don't even talk to fit in with them. You're not even being your true self to fit in with him, her, or them. Know your worth. If you have to lose yourself to be with a man or a woman, you've already lost. Whew, this is such a good one. And me and one of my besties was talking about this the other day. Patterns. Patterns. It's not a mistake if you continually keep doing it. It's not a mistake. You're not sorry. You're not sorry if you continuously keep doing the same thing to me. If I tell you that I don't like something and you do it over and over and over and it's a pattern, you're not sorry. You just know that you can treat me that way. You just know you can get away with it. You just know that with me you can get away with it, right? Consistency reveals truth, not their words. So good. So good. 4 ways to choose yourself. Baby, I don't know if it's because I didn't turn 50, but baby, when I tell you I come to choosing myself, I come to choose myself. Set boundaries without guilt. Baby, my no is a no. My no is an N-O, and it got a period, the exclamation point. They don't have no compass. My no is a no. Okay? Listen to your inner voice. Okay? Stop ignoring what you feel deep down. If you like, I don't really, I don't, your inner voice said no. It's a no. You know, I think I want to do that. Then it's a yes. It's a yes. You feel unsure, then it's an unsure. It's an unsure. Prioritize your well-being. This is so good. And I'm going to go a step farther to prioritize your well-being. Grandmothers. I know we love these grandkids. I know we love our kids. I know we love our husbands. But we got to remember that, baby, we're in our 50s and 60s, okay? We got to prioritize our health. Sit down somewhere when we need to sit down. Put our feet up when we need to put our feet up. I said it with my chest. But those of us who have autoimmune diseases, put my hand up in the air, okay? One thing I'm going to say, and I was on the video earlier, but my grandbaby was doing the most. Yeah, he was just having him a good little time with them bubbles, and he was too loud. If you have an autoimmune disorder, I say all the time, I am going to ask you, I am begging you to please get some affirmations. Please get some affirmations and say them over yourself, because I know I have a very strong mindset. My mindset is so strong. That's why I have a whole thing in my room that says I'm a big deal, right? People be like, she's so conceited. I'm not conceited. When you have an autoimmune disorder, when you have lupus, when you have cancer, when you have epilepsy, when you're going through stuff, I'm going to be honest with y'all, that it doesn't just beat your body up, it beats your mental up. And sometimes it can get the best of you. So when I tell you, it is so good to have you some affirmations, and don't just say them because you feel bad. Set you a calendar, set you a time. And at 2:00, be like, I am amazingly made. Why? Because the Bible says so. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Why? Because the Bible said so, right? I'm a big deal because God said I made perfectly in his image, right? And I do that every single day, like clockwork, because I have to remind myself of who I am and whose I am on a daily, guys. Stop shrinking to fit others. We pretty much already talked about that. Don't shrink, guys, to fit into somebody else's box, because you're too big to fit in a box. You're wonderfully made just how you are. Okay? If somebody don't like how fast I talk, that's a them problem, not a my problem. If somebody don't like how I look, that's a them problem, that's not a my problem. Whatever somebody do not like about you, that's a them problem, that's not a your problem. Okay? Ways to walk in obedience. And this is the last one. This is the last 4 we got, okay? Do it even when you don't feel like it. The only way that you're really going to get to any goals that you really want is you have to get out your feelings. You can't say, I'm going to do this today because I feel like it, because you're not going to always feel like doing what you need to do. You got to do it anyway. Okay? Follow through daily. That's why y'all already know. Yep, I'm going to do my plug. Y'all know I make the vision board planners. Every day, you write what you're going to do and you follow through and be proud of yourself. I don't care. There's days, except when if I have a really bad seizure. Now I'm not gonna lie, them days I just might not get it done. Okay, because my brain be I was just about to say something crazy. Y'all know how I be doing. My brain be doing the most when I have a seizure. I'm not gonna lie. I be forgetting words. I don't know what the words be. I be stuttering. Forget all that. I might not get stuff done those days, right? But majority of the days, I am going to get it done. Follow through. Follow through is so important if you want to get something done. Let go when God says move. This is so important. Trust God direction, even when you don't understand it. The affirmation for today is I choose myself, I honor my assignments, and I walk in obedience daily. Okay. I also want to give y'all some journal prompts. Okay. I hope y'all got pen and paper. And if you know somebody who needs this, I want you to share this with them. You can't share it on TikTok because TikTok deleted, but you can find it on Facebook under Confidence Women podcast. And you can find it on YouTube. Same name. What am I assigned to finish? What are you assigned to finish? Every month I have a vision board strategy meetup every single month. Every single month in 2026. I used because I ain't gonna lie, I used to not always have them, but we've been having them every single month. Every month. And if you are serious about getting your goals, join us. Okay. What do I need to release? I have a release party at least every other month. If you want to know when my next one is, just reach out to me and I will tell you. Release parties is so important. And I'm not going to lie. Heck, I need a release party every month, child, because that's always something I need to be releasing because life be lifing. Okay, stuff be happening. I be like, let me release this in the name of Jesus. Clunk, right? What do you need to release? Because as long as you keep holding on, and I tell y'all this all the time from my own personal life. When I meet somebody who be like, I'm mad at you from high school, I be like, baby, that's a you problem, not a me problem. Like I don't understand how y'all be mad at people from high school. Like how you be mad at how you still mad at your baby daddy? Like y'all gotta release stuff. Like I'm not mad at nobody. I ain't gonna lie. Like I don't even know anybody I'm really mad at. Like literally. Like y'all gotta let stuff go. Y'all gotta release people. Like when people say they mad at me, I'll be like, I hate that for you. I do. I hate that you mad at me. Go ahead and release that. Figure out what you need to do to get past that and get over that. Because I'm not going to hell or nowhere else to be mad at you. Y'all got to release people and let people go. Okay? Where am I choosing fear over obedience? That is so good. So many things we're not doing because we're scared. I don't know if I ever said this on live before. I had a vision to do a revival. Guys, I'm not no pastor. I am not a pastor. I'm not ordained. I'm not none of that. And I was like, who this for? So I went around for the last 2 or 3 years trying to figure out who this revival is for. And clearly in 2026, I'm like, I guess the revival is for me. So your girl got a revival coming up in September, y'all. Okay. Hallelujah. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm doing it scared. I'm doing it confused. I'm doing it on ain't never did a revival in my life and ain't gonna do it. Why? Because this is so good. Sometimes we think what we think that God should do is not what God does. Because what I think God should do, he should give the revival to somebody who is a pastor. With my whole chest. Right? That was what I thought. And it made a whole lot of sense to me. Because why would you give it to me? And I mean, I seen the whole vision. Like I seen the whole setup. Like it was nice. I'm like, yes, I see it. Let's go. I'm gonna be there. Yes. But then I realized it's for me. And so y'all have some big dreams. Y'all got some movie idea. You got music ideas. You got business ideas. You got book ideas. And you're probably thinking like, this is too big for me to do. I'm scared. But guess what? It doesn't matter. If God gave it to you, he's going to continue to give you everything that you need to make it come into fruition. You just got to do it scared. And so guess what? I already have 2 people that's going to speak at the event. I'm already looking for the venue right now. I think I need 3 more people for the event. And I seen one the other day in my head. So I know who the person is. I mean, it's just coming. It's coming together. And then they have a whole revival. Child, the way God works is just God do his thing. Right? And so, y'all, I'm telling y'all, Get out your way. Get out of your way because you are here for a purpose. And guess what? I told you earlier. When you get out your way, you're going to bless somebody else. And so I just told you I'm doing something scared. I'm doing something with no knowledge. I'm doing something I ain't never done in my life. And so what you finna do? What you about to do that you've never done in your life? I'm waiting on you and I want to hear about it. Drop it in the comments. Send me an email, inbox me. I would love to hear about it. That's what we're about. I love to see everybody do something different, do what God calls you to do. And y'all have a good night. I will see y'all next Tuesday. Oh, I do want to talk about domestic violence. If you're a domestic violence victim, I love you so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm talking to you from a domestic violence survivor. And I'm telling you to please leave. I don't know your financial situation. Without Google organizations, there's organizations that will help you. Okay. There's organizations that will help you get away safe. Jennifer is not on here tonight, but Jennifer has an organization. They help women get away they help women to safety. I know he told you that he's not gonna hit you again. I know he told you it was an accident. I know all the things. I'm telling you, I'm a survivor myself. But if your spouse is hitting on you, I don't care if you're a man or a woman, your life matters. You are important. I want you to get away safe. Google places. There's places out there that can help you get safe. And I love you. And I will see y'all on next Tuesday. Thank you for joining us today. The Confidence Woman Podcast. Remember, your confidence is rooted in God, not in circumstances. Keep shining, keep believing, and keep walking in your confidence. Until next time, stay blessed and stay bold. And remember, share the podcast. Sharing is caring.